Dwyane Wade said that LeBron James cost him an MVP against the Mavericks. And he said he was in his ear. What are you doing? Get your stuff together. Yo, you letting these little guys outplay you. Yo, you're not. What are you doing right now? Get your head in the game. And he said no matter what he did, he just couldn't get LeBron James over the hump to get him to, actually play ball. And that's why they ended up losing that 2011 series versus the Mavericks.
He never did no shit like that. He was always wanting to be nice, dancing and shit before, taking pictures. You remember Brian in Cleveland before he got to D-Wade?
Yeah.
And D-Wade made him nasty. He made him a problem.
What it do? Welcome to the JBOYKS Sports Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Make sure you click that notification bell to all so you don't miss anything that we're pushing out here on the channel. Jumping right into this, KG. One of the best videos that I ever did on this channel as far as like the amount of views came from one Kevin Garnett. The passion that he puts into the things that he says and how real he keeps it, I guess, is something that people truly appreciate. And sometimes we take for granted, but very few players have played with more passion than KG. But he's at it again, saying stuff that nobody likes to listen to when it comes out loud, but it is what it is, and the truth is he is captivating. He recently was talking with his boy Paul Pierce. They have the podcast together. I forget what it's called, because Paul Pierce got like 77 podcasts. I mean, the man's got to be making mad money off of just podcasting, which I actually respect, even though I feel like Paul Pierce plays to the audience. He used to be very like staunch on his message, and now he just kind of says stuff, and I think that he may be looking for a viral moment, but him and KG are very similar when that you challenge them as basketball players and start asking about who they were and where they fit in the pantheon of players, then they start getting mad, and they actually start saying what they really feel. KG in this case, they were talking about LeBron James and him playing with Wade, and KG basically went off and said, nah, bro, like, LeBron's not the same person without D-Wade. People want to sit here and act like Bron was always this. He was not always this. And we need to give D-Wade more credit. Now, looking at D-Wade now, he's another one to me that when D-Wade is locked in and real serious about the conversation of basketball that he's having, and not trying to be like something else, I'm going to leave it there, or involve himself in other conversations, he reverts back to that gritty, I want to win type player. And there's countless stories where you hear him telling, like, I got mad, and that's why I did this and that. Before LeBron, he was an NBA champion. And before LeBron, he averaged like 35, 36, 7 points per game in the finals one time when they came back and won before Bron. So there's a nastiness to Wade that people forget about. But KG is going to help you remember. Let's listen to what he said about this, about how Wade really made LeBron his nastiest and best version.
And people want to give him credit.
No,
for
they taught each other.
that.
For sure.
You tripping. He had one already. He didn't know how to win. He was a young superstar that played with a bunch of B niggas. He never played with no like D-Wade. As soon as he got with D-Wade, he learned all that. Not only that, he got even more nasty. He's finna whoop Chalmers in the fuck. He never did no shit like that. He was always wanting to be nice, dancing and shit before, taking pictures. You remember Brian in Cleveland before he got to D-Wade?
Yeah.
And D-Wade made him nasty. He made him a problem. Bro, if D-Wade ain't on that team, bro, we might have beat a Bosh and Bron team. Real shit. D-Wade was that big of a presence. And D-Wade is like get gritty with you. You feel me? Lord, Bron became a better player going to Miami, to me.
So that's KG speaking on what D-Wade meant to LeBron James. He even said, like, we might have beat a Bosh and LeBron team. And I just want to stop real quick. This is not exactly on this topic, but a lot, and I mean, maybe one day I need to do a video. A lot of people disrespect Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was nice, all right? It's just when you're the third wheel on a LeBron James-led team, you're really the third wheel on a LeBron James-led team, and you can only be but so good a lot of times. Now, right now, the Lakers got 3 guys balling out of control, but LeBron's not the head of it. Luka Doncic is. Okay? And so Luka's game is very similar to LeBron's, but I'd say Luka's a better shooter and is a better ISO player. So because of that, it allows him to sit off ball and allows other people to play on it when he's off of it. You know, he could shoot, so you can't just leave him wide open. And he can get very, very hot. As far as what KG's saying, though, he's telling you how LeBron James without D-Wade wasn't the same nasty guy. He wasn't the same intense guy. And even if I remember correctly, there was a game, was it a game 6 or a game 7? It might have been game 6, where I think Boston was up 3-2, even against the Heat super team, and LeBron came out and had a monster game, one of the best games I've ever seen him play, and dominated that game, dominated it. And I remember looking at the Celtics, and even Paul Pierce talks about, like, yo, that game is when I had to really, like, give him his props and give him his respect, because he put the work on us. And also, if you've been paying attention to my channel, there's a lot of videos I did. I forgot exactly what I think it was the one. I did a video where I had mentioned that LeBron James, Dwyane Wade said that LeBron James cost him an MVP against the Mavericks. And he said he was in his ear. What are you doing? Get your stuff together. Yo, you letting these little guys outplay you. Yo, you're not. What are you doing right now? Get your head in the game. And he said no matter what he did, he just couldn't get LeBron James over the hump to get him to, you know, actually play ball. And that's why they ended up losing that 2011 series versus the Mavericks. But you hear stuff like Wade talking like that, and then you hear KG saying some of the stuff he was saying, and you put it together, and you're like, yo, Wade really did help him become a little bit nastier. I believe that. I think that's why he went to the Heat, is to learn how to win. You know, you got Pat Riley over there, who I will say I'm a little bit disappointed in the Heat. If you've been following my channel, I don't like what happened with the Bam situation, and it just didn't seem like the Heat culture that supposedly is so great. But they still have, what, 3 championships over there in the last however many years, which is more than pretty much any team not named the Warriors or the Lakers in the last, 30 years or so. I don't think any other team really has won it, or the Spurs maybe. But I think there's some truth to that, and I think KG is actually saying something that makes sense. And I think that without Dwyane Wade, LeBron James is not going to have the same trajectory of his career. No matter how much chosen one he is, or how good people say he is, how great he was coming into the league, there was definitely something missing. And to me, there's still something missing. I think that, in my honest opinion, I think that LeBron James, when he went to the Heat, he gained something, but also took away from his ceiling, in my opinion. And this is something I've said to people before, is that I don't really think LeBron ever reached his peak, because instead of doing that on his own and taking his own lumps, he went to another guy in Dwyane Wade, and also used Chris Bosh to help him surpass his, to fight off his demons. But it just became him. He can only fight off his demons with a lot of help. Imagine if LeBron James learned how to fight his demons by himself, how amazing he would have been as a player. He's still a very good player, but what if he learned how to fight his demons by himself? Instead of, like KG said, relying on a guy like Dwyane Wade to help put the battery in his back and make him a little nastier. So I'm going to stop this video here. My question for you would be, do you agree with Kevin Garnett? Do you think that his nastiness, LeBron's nastiness, really came from Dwyane Wade? Learning how to win, learning how to accomplish a championship, learning how to fight through adversity. Did that really come from Dwyane Wade and the adversity that Dwyane Wade was used to surpassing and did before LeBron James? Or did that come more from LeBron? What say you? Please like, share, and subscribe. Click that notification bell to all so you don't miss anything that we're pushing out here on the channel. It's really interesting how this all went down. But either way, I'm very thankful, very humble that you're listening. I truly appreciate you for listening this long. Please subscribe. If you are, that means you must have a common thought process and you really actually think the game, unlike a lot of people. So with that said, again, Very humble. Truly appreciate you. I personally think that LeBron didn't get as nasty until he got together with Wade. And he definitely wasn't a winner until he did that. Much love.
That somehow you never get over.